right, welcome back to Late Night Love as we turn up the heat with our relationship segment, exploring the intimate, the complicated, and the downright confusing sides of romance. From heartbreak and boundaries to those burning questions about desire, we're diving in without judgment. Well, without much judgment.
A little bit. We try.
We're human. Come on, let's give us. Speaking of being human, if you want to send us your questions, comments, suggestions, etc., you can send those to love@latenightLove.us, or you can visit latenightLove.us and hit the contact form and say hello. Or you can always like, subscribe, share, hit questions and comments into the comment section. And who knows, maybe one of these days we'll actually remember to answer those. I've just been so busy. Yeah, it's crazy. All right. And Antoine's been out of town, so I haven't even had help. All right. So let's just jump in tonight. Let's see if we can get through these.
My husband wants to get rid of our cat. I love her so much. What can I do? He is trying to isolate you, darling, emotionally. And it's just time to say bye to the husband.
He may just not like cats.
Tough noogies. She was there first. She came with the package. Sorry. No, he's trying to isolate her.
Well, is there more information than that other than the cat?
No.
Well, then it's hard to make a judgment, that big of a judgment, based upon the fact that he doesn't want a cat. Lots of people don't like pets, right? Of course, you should have dealt with this before they were a husband. Or once you agreed to have a cat, if you got the cat after they were married, then you've agreed with the cat, and you kind of have to deal with it. And then there's the theoretical, economic costs. Is the cat a healthy cat that doesn't cost anything, or is this cat costing $5,000 a year in medical bills? There's things we don't know.
I stand by my original. He's trying to isolate her.
I can't say that based upon this.
I can.
Well, especially when we know the fact that cats can get to this point where they're not healthy and they can cost ridiculous amounts of money. And there's just not enough information in this thing for me to give actually in any kind of opinion, because there's no context to anything. There's literally no context. He wants to get rid of our cat. Okay, but why? Why does he want to get rid of our cat?
Because he's a jerk.
Could be. But or the cat could be 16 years old, near death, and it's costing $5,000 a year. And at that point, isn't an unreasonable thing to be consider letting go of the cat?
There wasn't any, except that the cat came with a relationship with her.
Well, then that should have been dealt with. Like I said, that should have been dealt with. It's assuming that the cat...
It's already a done deal.
Yes, but that's because...
Cat stays.
Well, in the case of, yes, the cat was there, you agreed to get married, the whole 9 yards. Again, but if the cat was there, I just want to know, is this cat old and costing a lot of money? Because that actually explains everything. If it's an old cat costing a lot of money, is it really unreasonable to move on from it? Are you actually doing the cat any favors at that point? I don't know. There's nothing I could do. There's not enough information for me to make a determination.
Okay.
We could jump to one side or the other, right?
I'm saying.
I'm just saying I need more information. Okay. What's next?
I caught my ex sending another man my nudes. Legal charges?
Actually, depending upon the state, yes. Yes. So in California, that definitely is. And I think most states at this point have something about that.
I think they do too.
I mean, there's probably a few that don't, but at this stage, there's probably something that can be done. So what you do is you contact your local, would it be the police or would it be the prosecutor's office? Maybe just send an email to the prosecutor's office and ask your local county prosecutor and ask.
Ask them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that might be a place to start.
There you go.
But yeah, that is hopefully wrong. Okay.
My boyfriend wants to stay with me at my new apartment. It's her first apartment.
Okay.
She literally moved out of her parents' home into this apartment, and she wants to be on her own for a while. She doesn't know how to explain this to him.
You say exactly that. And if he doesn't take it, then you say, well, then we're not ready. You're not ready to have a roommate. You're just not. And if your boyfriend can't respect that, well, then he doesn't need to be your boyfriend anymore because you've learned something that he can't respect, something fundamental. Then you need to, learn how to live on your own for a while. So it's a boyfriend, not a husband.
That's what she sees.
Yeah.
She wants to
Yeah.
learn to stand on her own 2 feet and be her own woman.
I'm perfectly fine with that.
Before she goes to the next relationship step, which is living with someone.
Yeah. And, instead she has an opportunity to do that without having roommates like most young people have to go to. And so if you can pull that off, I fully encourage it. So, yeah, the bigger thing is her boyfriend respecting her, or is he trying to make a practical choice? Let's save some money, that type of thing. The relationship is near that stage anyway. But you know what? If the relationship is near that stage, it'll wait 6 months.
Yeah.
It'll wait a year. So that's how we deal with it. And if he can't, then you know that your needs are not high enough up on his list. He's not willing to delay his needs 6 months, a year, whatever it is. Now, maybe it's insecurity, but it's not your job to deal with that. These are the things where you learn whether relationships are going to work or not.
Well, yeah.
And so how he deals with this and how you guys deal with this, having the discussion about it is perfectly reasonable and fine, right? There's not a problem with having this discussion. But if he can't respect your position, ultimately, then there's a problem there. That's all I'm saying. Okay.
He literally won't let me break things off after 1 week of dating. How do you step away from someone like that? Comes to her house, sends her flowers at work, texts all the time.
Yeah, she stepped into one of those. Yeah. The problem is he someone who's dangerous, or is he just one of those people who's never been treated nicely before and he doesn't know what he's doing? Because those are the two things. And the trick is knowing which one.
Well, he's 20.
It's still the trick is knowing which one.
Okay.
So here's the thing. Make sure you were clear. Just because you think you were clear doesn't mean you were clear. That you have no interest in continuing on a relationship. Clear, blunt language. Don't try to let them down easy. Don't try to be nice.
Don't say we can be friends.
No, clear, blunt language. You don't have to be mean or rude. Just be clear. And if you are, and he still does that, that's when you go out and you probably talk to somebody about a potential restraining order, because that has potential to be more dangerous if it's allowed to carry on.
It is.
So, and hopefully he's just so young and has never had anybody treat him nicely before, and you treated him nice, and so he's just ignorant. And that's why you be clear, right?
Mm-hmm.
Clarity cures ignorance. So be clear. And then if he doesn't, sometimes women think they're clear and they're not. I mean, well, couldn't he tell that I meant no? Because you didn't say that. But no, you weren't clear. But I thought, no, it's not. None of the buts. If there's a but, you're not clear. So be clear. Look, I appreciate the few days we spent together, but I don't see us going any farther. Thank you for your time.
Well, I think that's pretty clear.
Yeah, to be clear.
Okay.
You
Yeah.
should actually probably be clearer than that, by the way.
I don't want to see you anymore.
Yeah, I was being nice, but so make sure you're clearer than I was. Now I was pretty blunt.
Yeah.
Yeah, but be clearer than that.
I
I was actually trying to be nice.
thought you were a little harsh.
See my point?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Now we're getting into the adult questions.
Yeah, we've got our adult stuff here.
Okay. Do breast jobs actually feel good? What do they feel like?
Okay, I'm assuming he's not talking about breast enhancement surgery. I'm talking he's about the other one, right?
No, he's talking about enhancement.
I mean, what? It depends what kind you get and how big you get and all the various issues. You can actually, they can make them feel as real or as phony as you want these days.
Really?
Yeah, you get to choose. These days, there's all kinds. You can choose the way they sit, the way they hang, their shape, their softness. Yeah.
Mm.
So
it's not like they were in the 20 years ago.
no.
Okay.
No. It's pretty well, personalized. Yeah.
Okay.
Shall we say?
Yeah, it's about probably costs a pretty penny.
It probably costs less now than it did 20 years ago.
Oh, you're kidding.
Well, that's how these things work, right? Because now once the machines and stuff become.
I had a fleeting thought. Do I want to do that? No, I don't.
Why would we?
I don't know.
Okay.
Just for me. But I don't want to.
Okay.
Too much of hullabaloo and not enough payoff as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, I don't know. I've never personally understood them myself. Other than conditions, medical reasons and things like that. I've never understood them. But that's, I'm not the one who has to live with them, so it's not my.
Yeah, I don't.
It's by the definition of none of my business. Even though I did ask my sister if they helped her float. Because you can only ask that to your sister. You can't ask another human being that question. You can only ask your sister that question. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I asked her. She didn't know. And I forgot to follow up and ask later on. So
too late now.
It's too late because I had asked her when she'd recently got them. Yeah, and so she didn't know yet. Okay, and I just keep forgetting to ask because I don't really care that much. I was just curious. I could ask the AI now, but that I suppose do breast implants help you float? I don't know. Okay, we've went off the rails today. What's next?
Is it too much to say what you want?
Well, depends on your audience, I suppose. Depends on your audience and what you want.
Why don't you ask me what you want? Is it too much? Can you just ask?
Well, you don't necessarily want to know what's in people's heads. What people actually want. It's a dangerous question.
Yeah.
Some things are best left in fantasy land. And so maybe you don't want to ask because maybe you don't want to know.
I always felt safe if I would ask, and I was pretty dang sure they liked it and they would want to. I do not want to be turned down,
Yeah. No, rejection's hard.
Yeah.
Yeah, we know.
Yeah.
That's men know about rejection.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but is it too much? Yes and no. It might be, the person, what you want, and the person you are the two people in this conversation may be on vastly different wavelengths of kind of things they find stimulating, shall we say.
Stimulating.
And so the danger of asking or telling what you want is the other person may find that repulsive.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the danger.
Yeah.
So that's why you always end up with that, goofy little dance. And the farther off of, shall we say, normalcy.
The beaten path.
Yeah. Farther off of normalcy, of course, what our perspective on what's normal, notwithstanding, but the farther off what is perceived as normal, now we say, we'll say that. There we go. You get the more, the higher your chances of unwelcome response are.
True.
It just is. So you, as a human being, have to weigh all that. That's part of interpersonal relationships. There's no direct answer for that. Is it too much to say what you want? Well, maybe to the person you're currently talking to, but maybe to the next person it's not. So there's not a direct answer to that. It's that's why these things are so uncomfortable, and that's why there's lots of people who go through life never being completely satisfied, because they can never really feel comfortable asking for what they truly want.
Yeah.
You may not have gotten it anyway, but they'll never know. But we're also human. We can resign ourselves to that. We're highly adaptable. It's not that big of a deal.
I've heard so many. The people asking for those really out there things, it's ended relationships.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, of course. And then there's the thing, of asking for something and demanding it or needing it is a different thing.
I need this.
Yeah.
No, you don't. Yeah. You want it. You think you want it.
Yeah. And then there's hey, if we could do this, it'd be great, but it's not a big thing without it. There's.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then there's those.
Yeah. Sometimes it might question the sanity of the person involved, but we all got our quirks. We'll say quirks. Okay, let's get this last one done.
Okay. How do you have multiple orgasms as a guy?
Well, it just kind of depends. Are you young? It's not a problem.
Oh, he's a virgin.
Well, it doesn't mean youth has nothing to do with that.
That's true. I don't know how old he is.
So we're assuming he's in his 20s, right? Well, let's make an assumption he's in his 20s. It's not a problem.
Huh.
You don't have to worry about it. At most, you have to wait a few minutes. Generally speaking, the older you get, the longer you wait. It's just how it works.
Yeah.
But that's not the goal, so don't worry about it. Think about it. The orgasm lasts 5 seconds. If that's your goal, you're thinking improperly. You're going to work for a half an hour for 5 seconds. Enjoy the half hour if you're be smart. Don't worry so much about that 5 seconds. That's what I'm saying. Worry about the 30 minutes, 20 minutes, 7 minutes, whatever the hell it happens to be. Before. Enjoy that part of it.
I just like the whole experience, just starting with the flirting,
Yeah,
and working up from there.
Yes, but see, men get rejected a lot. So flirting for us is very dangerous. It's a very difficult thing. That's why we don't like it.
Oh.
You just talked about how you don't like rejection?
Yeah.
Yeah. We get rejected a lot, so flirting is dangerous for us. You're more likely to get rejected than not. You just have to accept that going in. Which is why the goal becomes you only need one. Yeah. You don't worry about the 10 that say no. You worry about the one that says okay.
Yeah.
So, anyway, that's it for our love segment tonight. I've got myself in so much trouble tonight. If anything's going to get done. Do I have to cut this one up into shorts? All right. Love can be wild, but communication is C. Thanks for joining us through all the twists and turns. Have a good night, and please remember to love everybody.
Good night.